going in. But we're started here on Vine. NRG on the defense, GenG on the attack, and already we know Shawn, he's gotten aggressive and he's already gotten the first frag.
Shawn's still on the front lines, and he still has a whole lot of players from NRG still trying to flank on him, and indeed it happens. Sam and Shanks both with openings, and Shanks still looking out towards the back line with two actually wanted to approach the back spawn area. eeiu, what on earth? Let's go beaming through the smoke with a knife, but not gonna get anything out of it. This could be big for MkaeL, but there is a wall up in hookah. I mean, who would have expected it? NRG, they're already covering their path to really make that rotation as long as possible. And not only that, but they still have one player over towards that A side if another teleport does go on. Shanks is here on the rotation. Same thing with that Sage teammate that put up the wall. Now they just wait out for the approach. Shanks does get one back. Even then, MkaeL from up top with a couple of right clicks has to go big on two. Gets the headshot, but
looking to contest. Another great blinding light, allowing him to swing. Down goes Shawn, and it's a follow-up. It's GMD. Quick, clean stuff. And already, it will be a trade back, but it's a 4v3 in the space already created for eeiu.
Yeah, no, don't know what the what the move was. Almost literally just stat padding at this point. So, well done. He succeeded. Because now eeiu is here to try to collect up a couple of frags. MkaeL actually gets one back, but
doesn't see anything. So, to his knowledge, there is nobody out towards long. You said GenG playing the default GMD. Really gets a double there. Sam exposed by the Cypher tripwire. Goes down to Shawn in an instant trade. And with NRG on the bonus, they've decided to get extremely aggressive, right? You see the wall from daps to prevent anyone flanking them as they push short, but it hasn't worked out the way they were hoping. 3 versus 4, GenG account for this aggression. And with the kills that they've got, are going to take things super, super slow now.
kind of have to at this point, but even then, with NRG already losing out on the first 2 interactions, they were already feeling a little bit aggressive just from the round before. I mean, nothing much to it. I mean, you win that one out, you more or less condition GenG to just become as safe as possible or potentially go for a couple of desperate routes.
Yeah.
So honestly, not a bad move. It is a little bit of bonus for them too. They're going to be able to buy back into the next round. But still, with 2 over towards that A site, they still have a stellar chance at making this back. The owl drone going to get banged out. eeiu still behind. Oh no, still behind that smoke, waiting up for the approach. Double satchel, and huynh is there off the information to get the frag. daps the only one here on site. Actually goes right into U-Haul. Shawn doesn't spot a singular thing with the spike going down. daps could make some noise. Indeed he does. Gonna be able to get one. Now this just restricts things down to a 2-on-3. Little mini flash, but the post plan for GenG is not too bad.
Big wall up. That'll keep daps at least out of the mix for now, but he needs the kill. Ooh, onto koosta, who dances around the box.
Oh,
Trailblazer
no.
faking out the info, but koosta nearly gets taken down. If maybe the Trailblazer actually leapt into him, he actually would have gone down. Now,
right.
Infinite, I think at this point, is going to look for a couple of exits, but koosta denies him. What the map, like you said, NRG have been very aggressive early on, and GenG are just hoping to catch somebody off guard, but nothing is being given to them. Full control towards showers, and right now, the B site, at least in the minds of NRG, this is the only site that makes sense to take, and here they come, GenG. Early on, it's again Shawn the double blast back, Sam to hold it down. He's got 3, and finally a trade back, but it's a little bit labored.
No, it's laborious, and really it doesn't mean all too much. koosta still left over towards the mid side, and the paranoia.
Ooh.
Oh my! Oh, that's wonderful. With hookah being wide open and clear.
The tricky predicament he's in. Tripwire to watch the flank. There's Shawn showstopper. There's a TP into heaven. Now this is a free kill for daps. That's gonna come massive into this retake.
Sure is, but even then. Shanks still coming in with MkaeL and multiple people over towards the short area. huynh in a beautiful position, but it's super off angle with koosta actually looking over. Double from koosta. Now both players from NRG, both isolated, but they have the angles. koosta was already revealed a little bit early on. eeiu, good spot. Shawn 1v2, this is where he thrives, but he needs to get this one onto Infinite to make it count, but it won't happen. But again, GenG, they've relied on their hard swings in a sense to really get the opening frags, and NRG, they just have really the length. They have the range. Not only that, but info. Shanks looking over towards the long area already knows that there's still one there. And not only that, but look at NRG over towards bathrooms. You talk about info, and this is all that you can get. Nothing over towards short as they shut down the lurker. Som takes down Shawn. Still 2 over towards long, and now Shanks, he just wants to pad his stats. Indeed, he gets one back. He dies for his efforts, but Infinite is there to
Right outside. This could be a very nasty surprise for GenG if they're not prepared.
No, this is just an insane cross, but there you go. They were ready for it. That paranoia barely connects, but even then, Shank and Som holding down the line. Koosta with one back, and still Som in a very tricky position, but has daps here on the crossfire, ready with him and ready to go. 17 HP, but still a revival up for Win and GMD. He got the satchel, and Som able to get himself 2. Easy peasy stuff. MkaeL now in a 1v2, gonna get hard shocked by daps and NRG with a 7-1 score.
Test, and the mindset right now is NRG is, we've dominated Shower so much, why would they try and attempt it again? And they are fighting for control. eeiu so deep, daps able to play a nice offlane where he can drop slow orbs, try and delay, and there's the frag, the confidence from eeiu to find koosta, and a triple swing. Oh my god, huynh never stood a chance in that situation, and daps controlling this U-haul position as well. There's really nothing you can do right now if you're GenG. NRG, they've got this one unlocked, and daps should have this frag as well. Just one player, MkaeL. Tricky position to be in, and against 4, they're all gonna swing him in a second. Daps with the second frag of the round.
Back, NRG wins another round. It's almost literally been the same formula in GenG. They haven't put up a fight just yet, but wow, this could literally be their opening when NRG gets too cocky. Why not? NRG double over towards long and win. He actually gets himself the lineup with none other than a stinger. If it works, it works. NRG, they do have one of the flank though, and eeiu has full control of the spike from long range with a Phantom, can't get anything. So instead now it's a 2-on-4.
I feel like I've just jinxed NRG. Whenever
I
we commentate
I think we both did.
Yeah, whenever we commentate them, I always say that line where their confidence turns into cockiness, and then they end up doing stuff like that. Hopefully that trend doesn't continue. Again, they are up 9-1, so they can afford, you know, around here or there. It definitely isn't going to hurt the scoreline too much, but NRG, that was a little bit ballsy. I like how eeiu at least was on a very fast lane, keeping up with the trend of NRG being super aggressive, and GenG, they deal with it. huynh good for the 2K off of the stinger. That was the biggest engagement that NRG ended up losing, and now it's kind of a gamble. They can maybe get a revive at the eeiu. I think maybe that's the plan right now, right? Daps can make that long rotation, bring eeiu back into the fight, if they want to bring Som or Shanks back in to get Shanks' Blade Storm to allow a better entry. Who knows? But this is a decent winnable situation for NRG, but it's all about this revive. There's a trip, and GenG, they will be prepared for the flank to come in no matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like, again, they're not at least ready to go yet. They're still setting up, and that's how they set up. They get the revival, and daps nails down GMD with a wide swing. Happy birthday, GMD. It's a rude awakening, to say the least. Koosta now over towards Hookah. Could get a wide swing from eeiu, and indeed he does, and he's able to get the kill back. But it's really going to come down to one, as both daps and his teammate both get frags, but even then, Shawn, he only has a stinger, and he's putting in the work. Infinite, he tried his best, but now 85 HP left on Shawn. The satchel better go up, and not only that, but the spike has been gone down for a while. Daps has to run away, and just like that, GenG, the peak now. eeiu has escaped. Same thing with Shanks. This might get dicey.
I think they just hopped over the trip as well. If not, eeiu is going to make the TP, but Infinite, all of this information, and Shanks, he's able to catch one off guard. Perfect, but again, you mentioned koosta and that late lurk. A nice tag onto the backside of GMD, but it's not going to net them a kill just yet. They will take control of U-Haul, and it was koosta. This position, you foreshadowed it, and well, it's come to fruition. MkaeL, ready for the flank.
Ooh.
Are they prepared? They're about to walk into each other. eeiu with his back turned. This is an easy kill, but they will be wary of the flank now. 4 versus 4 and a showstopper that Som ends up shutting down. 10 seconds left in the spike. It's barely made its way to the site, and Shanks has just won them the round. 4 kills on this. Outrageous. Like you said, a whole lot of utility, and I'd say 2 of the biggest parts of this retake. Slow war baited, wall baited, paranoia baited. How do they even go about this? There are no flashes left here for GenG, and a whole lot of players grouped up in U-Haul. Saw him with this lurk, saw him with this late rotation, and the wall is up. Everyone's got their backs turned to him, and Saw him had a firing range. He fires downrange and is only able to get one, but there's not much you can do here if you're GenG. They are bringing it back. 2 versus 2, a wide swing from one, and it is going to be Quinn to take the round, but is there time? It's going to be so close, and there isn't. 2 seconds. Economically stable as possible. When you've got a lead this big, you can afford to lose some rounds. You don't really need to give them the economic ball. Don't let them get it rolling. But it's still the same NRG. Fast and aggressive. Straight on in. Some with a double shorty and a blast pack to entry. Koosta now has to pivot around the Cypher cages, and he alone has stopped NRG in their tracks. Those Cypher cages go up. And NRG's speed goes down. Great bird going out, but Shawn with a big paint shell grenade is going to clean up 2 frags. eeiu now in a 1v3. Again, economic damage is the name of the game. How many exits can he get from this one? Okay, might get something. Pay off of Shawn. A weird execution because it kind of leaves daps alone because he's kind of just chilling behind the wall. Like, what do? I have to break this now. GenG, the op from huynh to lock it down. The Sage operator still tried and true from the beta days. Shanks looking for early control. The Trailblazer to lead him on in. It's like following your spirit animal, but Shanks might be led to his death. 4 players here and a 5v4 retake.
Oh, this is actually a massive chance for NRG. Double elbow, and Shawn, he's not going to be able to get anything off of it, but instead the Vandal's out. Evade Shanks, and the Knive's going to be able to get a second still 2 over towards elbow. Massive swing from Shawn, and this is yet another one for him to pad his stats. Still another one for him, and he gets the 4th. Why not Shawn? I was saying earlier, this guy doesn't exactly have the stats to back up what has been a crazy half for him, but he gets 4 more. He's stat padding, and Shawn is going nuts.
Dude, this is what you need. Shawn finally coming alive. We hyped him up. Are creeping on through. Slow warp, and they've trapped MkaeL, but can they get anything? No! They struggle to find it. Shanks goes down, and Shawn is here to save the day. He's pulled out the showstopper and is looking for more. He's got the frag right after himself. He goes down, and it's up to Infinite to win a 1v2 clutch.
Still 61 HP. Man, could pull it off, I would like to think, but ooh, the tightest of angles with a Vandal of all things.
So true.
Very confident with it. That's that intuition of Infinite. Only just a confidence, really. Yeah. You can even nail a headshot in that tight of an angle, but in we go. Ooh. Players are starting to swing more and more out of B main, and Infinite actually backs out to be long. Yeah, no, there you go. There's not only going to be a wall, slow orb, most likely a cage too. Infinite just has no chance of making his way through. But the defuse still hasn't gone down yet. They're still taking it and just really trying to bait out Infinite. Infinite was literally stuck between trying to get more coffee at this point, but yeah. It is what it is, though, ladies and gentlemen. You do have a deep teleport coming in, but GMD still in the back line over towards Cubby, going to be able to get one. Now it's down to a 3-on-3 as koosta is actually opening this one up. Still one over towards the back line. Good reaction. And GenG now still has more control, still has the man advantage, but koosta's ready. NRG, they still have Som ready and raring to go. Infinite getting revived. This turn from a man disadvantage to a man advantage from NRG in an instant. But huynh with the operator, anything is possible. Gaps are up, waiting for players to rotate on out. Not only that, but a slow orb to cut off the rotation back. So now both of these players just stuck on the front lines, and MkaeL finds a gap in the wall, finds a headshot, but Som, what on earth? What can he even pull off with this showstopper? It's just mal-timed. He can't get anything from it. He has to depend on the phantom, depending on the players going in, and the wall going in. Very impromptu from huynh, but Som takes him down. Now looking for a 4th to shut this all down. Spike is right in front of him. Som is the one with all the control in the world. Angles the wide swing, and Som shuts it down. MkaeL, he tried to pull the underhanded tactic for GenG. But instead for this one, I don't think their momentum is really halted by any means, but this one's going to be tough. NRG, they have all the bodies on the front of sight. Shanks has been so successful in these sorts of situations, but he's not going to be able to find anything. Instead now, koosta with the ulti, going to be able to find all that information, but still NRG with full control of this site. Except for U-Haul, however, there's one player really just ready and raring to go, and it's none other than Shawn, but Som comes back with nobody watching the back line. 3v3 now, as NRG looks to close things out with a spike going down.
Revive available though here, at least for huynh. Who can he bring in? There are no bodies near him. They need to get U-Haul control. I think that's the only place they can get a possible revive, but Infinite investing a Trailblazer. Some, a blast back to keep them away. Everything on the line here in map number 1 is GenG. They are trying to retake U-Haul, but they're getting nothing. They're shut down by Som and Infinite. 2 frags between the both of them. And GMD, it's his birthday and he needs a present. He needs a clutch and he's got one, but the second avails him. eeiu closes things out and NRG take the first map 13-8.
Let's rotate.
Yeah, they do have a retake cam set up in GenG, fast pace. That's the tempo you want. Let Shawn do his thing. Let him find kills and let Som maybe explode in as well. Frenzy to their faces. It's the dynamic duo, the deadly duo of Shanks and Som. Silence in the works, and they take the kills for themselves. Nothing that you can do if you're GenG right now. 4 versus 1, and it is a sweep from NRG on the retake. That is fast, and that is deadly.
Well, there you go. Like you mentioned, 3rd round.
You're right. It's not as desperate of a situation as maybe that first map, second half position where you're down 11-2, so you don't need a full buy here. They're going to try and keep themselves, like you said, economically stable. Same thing for NRG. Shanks popping off, doing what he does best. Running and gunning with the Spectre. 3 kills. NRG amass. Well, there's not much you can do here if you are GenG. Shanks continuing this aggression. He wants the Blade Storm early, but he wants this 3rd frag more importantly. And well, he'll be gifted that. 2 now off of the ulti. And NRG, they find a 2nd round. All 5 players alive. No damage dealt. And it's a full bonus going to the next. But GenG themselves.
These teams. And GenG is still very much showing it in early default as they're actually really just waiting out for NRG to start walking into those enemy lines as they've usually been doing.
Yeah, they're getting ready prepared for aggression, right? You know, again, like you said, waiting for them to walk into it. You know Shanks likes to get aggressive. He's got a Blade Storm right now, so even more reason. Spotted out and a kill for Shanks. Nicely done from him to find the opening. And in a round like this where you invest that Blade Storm and the rest have got rifles, GenG need to be very cautious. Keep in mind, they walked away with all 5 players alive in the 2nd round to make the 3rd a bonus. So this is, again, a full, strong buy for NRG, except for Shanks, who's looking for the op in the next. But here come the curveballs. Infinite able to catch Shawn through the Cypher cage, thanks to the trip, and everything falls into place. They've got a trip as well to cover their flank, so they don't need to worry about that. But this retake, there's the run it back, and Som gets aggressive. He's been full blinded, but so is everyone else. Infinite with 1. There were the trades back, and exactly what they needed as MkaeL holds it down. 15 seconds left though, and eeiu caught off guard, but it's Som. The run it back is what he needed, and he's been sent back into the site as huynh goes for a hero to play with, and a whole lot of frag potential. Sees the arm sticking out, and that's all he needs for 2, and that's all he needs for 3. Shanks has lit up the server, lit up the kill feed with blue, and NRG have taken a 5th. They'll be using that for the retake as well, and with the spike going down, there's that run it back, and here they go.
Som just tries to make his way on through, but that's good for some space. Still not a whole lot of damage. In GenG, this is really their biggest challenge thus far in terms of a hard retake from NRG. It's a 5-on-5, and then they go. It's Som with the first 2 frags. Shanks is here to help out. So MkaeL on the back lines over towards Shorts. Still has one back. Infinite essentially beaming through the smoke. He gets the kill back. Now 2v2. GMD with a good one. MkaeL with a flick, and now MkaeL is the one dictating the pressure. But now daps.
He's sticking.
He's still going. He's sticking. No, MkaeL, you gotta be kidding me. It's the most anticlimactic.
This could be a lot of damage, and it tags onto 1. Info for them, but Shanks does arrive. He's got 1 trade back in huynh on 30 HP. Such a difficult position to pivot around, but he's done enough to get 2. And huynh with a flank, but eeiu was right on him. 2v1. The birthday boy needs another gift, and this one is not going to come to him on TP. Looking for something, only finds a couple of bullets, but that's just enough. GenG slowed down with 50 seconds left to regroup back to this site. And Shanks, all he needed was a right click to take down koosta. And while they were thinking of A, they were probably double guessing themselves, but this TP is going to draw everything away here for NRG and GMD. Goodness me, what a dink onto him.
Yeah, no, there you go. But Shanks was already in the back lines of A. So GMD just gets exposed. Now daps, the leader, he gets one back with a slick kill, but Shawn makes one even better. I think we've seen 3 hard taps already in the round, and well, there you go, MkaeL. eeiu definitely not expecting anyone in garage. So just like that, It's gonna come down to none other than Shanks now in the 1v2. Two more players remaining out from around the corner. And oh my, Shanks! The power of the right clicks! It's Mr. Fourth Quarter himself. He's still clutch. And from downtown, he nails down.
It's going to be an ironclad hold as GenG start to ramp up the tempo, but here comes the recon bolt, and now comes the hit.
Ooh, weighing on the front lines, and MkaeL with a 1-2 punch. There you go. GenG with their slickest C take yet, and koosta just beaming on through. Gets a massive frag, but Shawn! That is just a rare miss. But ultimately, not too effective in the rest of the round, or not too consequential. Instead, now it is daps in the 1v4, now a 1v3. Only 11 HP. This one's practically done for, but yeah, no, just well done by GenG off the take.
It eventually went to 11-2, but GenG, can they replicate the second round conversion again? It's NRG with a quick take on the C side, and Shanks already with a whole lot of space.
The only reason why he has so much space is because GenG, they've given up the site. They're going for a full retake here,
There's
Sully.
even a hold in the flank as well. Look at Infinite's
Oh my.
positioning. Cam set up so they have nothing to worry about.
That's wonderful.
This is going to be so difficult. And when you said it earlier about the C site and how big these shock darts are, well, I sure as heck know eeiu's got something in Infinite. All the info in the world. They've got no idea. They are oblivious, and Infinite is fed these kills. Now the retake has been dismantled with just one play, one man alone. And GenG, it's unfortunately going to be double digits for NRG here as they find themselves 10. And Chet netted them 1 kill. But NRG have adjusted. They see huynh with an op on A. No, they're not going to go there, but GMD in the back. Ooh, caught out, and Shawn will be surely cleared on out. Great take from NRG, but GenG, we know they're good on these retakes. MkaeL with the first, but he's being spammed down. He has a Hunter's Fury, and he will try and deny the spike plant, but to no avail. They're going to get it down here in a second with just a reposition, and huynh clean on the op. Puts it in a 3v2 where GenG have an advantage but are grouped up in spawn, and you talked about the W key. Putting keycaps are on, and Sam is looking for something.
Oh, baby. The pudding keycaps, that real fire then. There you go. There's two sides to it. There's the safe Sam and there's the aggressive Sam. And this time, Sam really comes up big. But now it's the 1v2. Daps around the corner. He's the leader. But now this time he has to be the fragger. And it
But can he turn this around? Early aggression down long. 2-player spotted in Shanks. Flips the switch. And he's looking to end this one early. Just like that, it's a 5v3 and the man has got the Blade Storm. He's looking for a little bit more. There's nobody in the spawn just yet. A flank coming in, but there's a trip to watch. And GenG, how do you even attempt this?
slow and steady, 1 kill at a time. That's all that's going through GenG's head at the moment. They have almost no information up towards that C site.
Oh, no.
Instead, NRG, they're the ones with a whole lot of info. That is huge off the cam, but even then, time is just getting chunked off the clock. No opening frags. Shanks able to get one onto MkaeL on the back line. Same thing with eeiu. GMD is going to get